All right, everybody, it's 7 o'clock. Please excuse the swelling of my face, but I had an infection and trigeminal thing took place this week. So I'm getting ready to go straight to playing video pertaining to tonight. And we're going to be breathing with Sister Ayo Handy-Kendi. But first I want to play this for everyone so you get to know more about her. Then after this, she's going to come on. And then you are to come in as you're waiting on me. I want you guys to start bringing in guests, tapping 3 times or whatever y'all do. Okay, hold on. Let me start over again. Y'all know how this is with me. So bear with me. 35. Make sure y'all can hear, and I'm going to turn this camera off of me. Y'all don't need to see my swollen cheeks and nothing. Okay, let me flip this camera around. Alright, y'all. Let me bring it up a little closer. Alright. Ready, set, go.
My name is Ayo Handy-Kendi. I am the CEO of Positive Energy Works. And what we do is that we help retrain people how to breathe for better life and health. And it's different than yoga. Having basic mastery over our ability to breathe is most important every single day. Said they want to breathe deeply from the belly. Take a deep breath. And just for a moment, I want you to focus attention on your breathing. I want you to breathe in and breathe out. You don't even understand where I lost the balance between helping others and dipping so deep into my own well that my well was totally dry. Helped me to heal. I found myself, I was led to a workshop on breathing. And in the workshop, I remember I kicked, I screamed, I cried, I yelled. I didn't know who I was yelling at, I didn't know who I was screaming at. I had been holding my breath as my dad came into my room and would fondle me inappropriately. Well, I was able to resolve that through these trainings. I was able to release all of the stuff, pain and trauma and emotions. I was able to forgive husbands where they had been domestic violence and fighting and arguing and stress and trauma. I was able also to stop drinking and stop drugging. And stand before you today drug free. Stand today before you. After the workshop, I felt lighter and full of life and open and freer. And I decided to take a certification. And I got certified as a transformational breath facilitator. And then I started just sharing the breath with millions and millions and millions of more people on radio, TV, print. And I made a decision. Technique that is universal. Everybody in the world does it. It's so simply laughter. Some people call it laughter yoga. When you smile, the world smiles with you, don't they? See, he's laughing already. Yes, thank you. Breathe consciously. With every single breath, breathe for those who cannot. And lift them up. And help them to move forward. So breathe. Because with better breath, there's better life, and for better life, we are able to do more, and be more, and create more. And we spoke of another world as possible. And the way to see that another world possible is simply to visualize it. And so now that you're in a heart space, I want you to see what you want to achieve in that new world. I want you to see it in your mind, because what you can see in your mind, you can create. This will really relax you and feel better. Good. Inhale. Out. Exhale. Let your belly go in. This is just the opposite.
Excellent.
There's nothing else we can do. Stop. Connect. Breathe.
Come on, TikTok. Oh, now they talking about me being restricted. TikTok, I have the owner. That person you see is right here with me. So stop restricting me. I can show proof in a second. They restricted me.
We breathe. And when we laugh, we breathe. Because there's power in the breath. So breathe better to live better. Because everything that has life has breath. We must learn to meditate. We must learn to breathe. We must learn to just sit still. How the breath, each time that you use it, you will reawaken even more of your power. You'll be able to give it to others so that they can change this world one breath at a time. Because there's power in the breath.
Okay, this is it, the end. You bring your chair in front of the TV. TikTok, take that restriction off. The lady you see right before me is the one who gave me permission to use that video. Oh, good. So,
There's power in the breath, people.
okay, we are getting things going. Let me get the camera situated so y'all can see her whole brightness here. So y'all can see the full effect. This is Sister Ayo Handy-Kendi. And very dear friend of mine. And great mentor as well. She's always giving great advice and etc. So I want to make sure we got both social medias on you. Uh-oh, she don't breathe so much. Bring herself to sleep.
No,
You relax?
That's a different signal.
Oh.
That means I'm under oxygenated.
Uh-oh.
So I've been holding my breath probably.
Hi, Heather. Okay, so we have Desire on the other social media, and I see Heather have made it because I was looking for her. All right, so welcome to Good News. You're my first live guest here. Okay. And this is about healthy arts, education, and entertainment program and projects. And This is nothing new for Sister Ayo with me. She's
No.
always participate with me in the community. So, Sister Ayo, I want you to tell people, you introduce yourself to the people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Well,
talk to them.
my name is Ayo, Ayo, spelled Ayo Handy-Kendi, Kendi. And Ayo means joy. It is a name that comes out of the continent of Africa in the Yoruba language. And I adopted that name in 1972, maybe 73. I recognized that my purpose in life was to give joy and experience joy. And so therefore I decided to change my name. And I'm so excited about this being a good news show. So my sister Rachel and I have been affirming good news
Yes.
for an awful long time. I at one point had also a good news newspaper, and it was called Positive Energy. And that newspaper morphed into the company that I stand for still. That started maybe in 1981.
Wow.
Positive Energy newsletter.
That was in school.
But we started Positive Energy Works
Okay.
as a company in 2004.
Uh-huh.
But the concept of positive energy revolved around a concept relative to wellness, thinking positively, acting positively, doing the things that would give us that mindset
Yeah.
that would keep us, we say, charged up and going forward
Yes.
and not dwelling on what it is that we didn't want,
Exactly.
but focusing on what we wanted.
Yes.
And so today, Positive Energy Works is my sole proprietorship, and its primary focus is the focus on transformative practices, breathology, laughter yoga, mindfulness and meditation, movement, positive thought, and
Yes.
action. Still in the realm of what creates this sense of positive energy, this ability to, beyond all the various ways in which we could possibly hold ourselves back, if we are in harmony and in balance with 7, we say, principles
Yes.
of positive energy,
Yes.
then we have the foundations of health.
Yes.
And those 7 principles is essentially having a relationship with that which is higher than ourselves.
Yes.
So I want to give thanks and praise and thanks right now
Yes.
for the ability to be here to speak to you.
Yes.
The other principle is breathology,
Yes.
breathing.
Yes.
Because the breath is the foundation of life, and without breath there is no life, and without the breath of life that's in everything. We say everything that has life has breath, and everything that breathes
Mm-hmm.
is of life. The third principle is we need to have water, the liquid breath.
Yes.
The liquid breath. And then we must move that breath, that oxygen, liquid as well as dense, as well as filtered from the air. We must move all of those elements of breathing and circulate it.
Yes.
So movement, essential.
Yes.
Positive energy principle. And then you want to have good diet. You want to have an oxygenated diet.
Yes.
Because that oxygenated diet consists of your fruits and our vegetables, our water drinking also, and being able to have the proper elimination,
Mm-hmm.
the digestion. So those principles, and the last one is to be able to sleep. Because if we don't have good sleep, then the brain doesn't recalibrate.
Mm.
Those 7 principles are the foundation from which I established my company, Positive Energy Works, because when you do all of those things, your positive energy works for you.
You know what I just thought about too? This is the month that I always. September seemed to be the month of me detoxing.
Okay.
You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Every September,
Mm-hmm.
and I come and escape over your place.
Oh, okay.
It's September. So you mentioned that. Now you mentioned all those principles. Now it rings the bell. I said, yeah, she did do all that with me.
Did I?
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Oh, okay.
You know, the food and stuff,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
air, it was
Yeah.
natural over there.
Yeah.
And the breathing technique that you
Definitely.
showed me.
Yes.
And then I finally took your class. And it helped me out tremendously. Even you called me when I was in ICU.
Mm-hmm.
And you coaching me over the phone how to breathe, even though I was under influence of all that stuff they injected in me. But you got me through that thing.
We give thanks.
And so, those that don't know my story, that's when I caught COVID. And I was ICU, and Sister Ayo was the first to make sure she called me when she heard about me in there to straighten me up.
Yeah.
To not forget those principles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And got me through that thing, and I'm here today. Thank you.
We give thanks and we give super thanks to the great I Am
Yes, super
Presence,
thanks.
because you was in pretty bad shape.
Yes, sir,
And,
indeed.
that story is really deep and intense, because we thought maybe we had lost you.
Yeah.
We really did.
Yeah.
And we go back a long way, because we had a kindred connection in wanting to ensure that these natural concepts would be shared, to the community.
Yes.
So community was the concept. Community, come on, community.
And it brought us
Get
together.
these natural principles, because we have always been indoctrinated to the medical world.
Yes.
But I am very blessed. At a very early age, I was introduced to holistic healing and holistic health, and you were too. And so, we have defied a lot of the, you got to do it this medical way, or this your non-traditional way is not going to work. And I have often said over and over again that we came into the world with the natural tools that the Creator has given us. And those simple tools really sustain life.
Yes.
So what about all the people who don't have the connections with doctors and hospitals?
Yes.
They are living this natural lifestyle of using the herbs, using essential aspects that are foundational to basic diets, basic principles of just life. And one of these basic principles is the piece that I became so passionate about, and it's about breathing.
Well, since you're talking about that, that's what I want to talk about now, since I see some of the people in comments are concerned and curious about your technique.
Okay.
I personally think that we need to have you to come back do a part 2.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the time, because she's an important person, so she got another appointment right after this week.
Another radio show.
Everybody got, they want her on. She's going to do a radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah, WPFW.
Yes,
here.
89.3 FM, so you might want to jump over there about a quarter.
Yes, I will be.
8:50.
Okay, yeah. What did you say? Yes, I think it will be so beneficial for us to do this. Okay, that's Heather. So, one of the things that I recall Heather mentioned about herself is the breathing when they go through the MRI.
Okay.
And they tell you hold your breath
Hold your breath.
and then let it go.
Right.
Then when it's time for them to
Right.
hit that button, they want you to hold it
Yeah. A little longer.
a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
We are such a, yeah. So she's going to talk about that, Heather, so you know how to do it the
Well,
right way.
I can go right into it in
Okay.
relationship to if a person is struggling in any way with breathing in any fashion,
Yes.
it's generally because they may need to relearn how to breathe.
Right.
And this concept came to me at age 19. I first started studying the breath. The Science of Breath was my first book, and I call it the Bible of Breath. And I picked up that book because I was holding my breath a lot. And I wanted to find out why. And I found through that book and then continued certifications, lots of practice, and lots of allowing myself to be so open to this real simple concept that the simple way that I breathe was a reflection of my emotions. The simple way that I breathe or hold my breath was also reflective of my stresses, my tension, old trauma. I didn't even understand why most of the time I was holding my breath, angry. I had years and years of depression.
Yes.
Yet I had this outward, smile all the time, trying to give joy, right?
Yeah.
But inside of myself, there was a real hurt, pain that I didn't understand why. And it showed up primarily by the holding of my breath.
Yes.
And I learned then, and I say still today, 9 out of 10 people are not breathing efficiently. Yet we all breathe, right? We wouldn't be here if we
Right.
didn't breathe, right?
Right.
Yet an efficient breath is a breath that is easy and is a flow. Inefficient breath is a breath that makes us feel tight and tense and restricted. And when we hold our breath, it is the indication that there is some tight, constricted thoughts, people around us, energy around us. It's something within our beingness that sends a signal to the brain that says, here's the potential for pain, or it is painful, and we are hardwired to hold our breath because the brain stem that's connected to the nervous system is the regulator that stops the breath so that we don't feel the pain. Right. So we say you want to watch who it is that you're holding your breath around, which is just as important as having the efficiency of better breathing. When we're in that x-ray room, many of us are already a little stressed and tense because we're trying to figure out, well, what's going to happen, or it's just unnatural to be standing in front of a machine with your neck held up, and your arms have to be in a certain position, and we're all of us, once we get to that point, of course the mind is questioning, I hope I'm going to be all right.
Yes.
So it's a lot going on when you're in that little x-ray room. They tell you, take a deep breath. Right. If you're struggling to take that deep breath, it's because most of us are trying to breathe in the part of the body that is not designed to take a deep breath.
Yes.
Most of us lift up our chest, lift up our shoulders, stretch it back, lift the neck up. And of course we're tense and tight.
Yes.
And the constriction here in the intercostal muscles, right here where our breastplate is, that is the covering of the upper portion of our lungs. Here, the upper portion of our lungs is the smallest portion of our lungs.
Yes.
You know, a lung, it looks like a little kidney, right?
Yeah.
So here at the top is the little small part, and then it expands outward, right?
Yeah.
Underneath of the most people's breast,
Yeah.
males or female, is where the larger portion of the lungs expand. And when we take a deep breath, instead of us attempting to raise the breath up and stick out our chest, we should be instead inhaling in and pushing out our belly, which connects to a muscle just underneath the rib cage called the diaphragm. That is also called, when we push the belly out, that's called a belly breath. It's called a conscious breath for some people. Some people call it an abdominal breath. It's known by even other names. I like to keep it simple, so I talk about the belly breath, because children, when they first come into the world, they are breathing from the belly, up and down, because the upper portion of their lungs, most of them, their uppermost portion of their lungs have not even developed. They are only working with this diaphragmatic belly breath. So we all start off breathing from the belly. So I like to continue to call it a belly breath, because it's very important. Because as you visualize this, which I'm going to demonstrate right now, why it's called a belly breath. The average person, when they inhale in, and imagine we're in front of the x-ray machine, right? And the doctor says, take a deep breath. Most of us inhale in, try to stick out our chest. There's tightness and constriction here. And of course, trying to hold a space in our body that's never designed for a deep breath. It's never designed to hold the breath here. Of course, it hurts, and so therefore we let it go very quickly. Instead, in the system I've been blessed to develop, it's called Optimum Life Breathology, for short OLB. In OLB, I help people to relearn how to breathe by simply asking them to take one hand, place it on their chest so they can monitor their chest breathing, take the thumb onto their belly button so they can monitor their belly breathing. Stretch the other four fingers just below the hand on their navel or their belly button. And as you inhale in, you allow the belly to gently come out. Exhale out, the belly gently goes back in. Breathing in from the nose, which is optimum for our daily 20,000 times a day breath. You know, we actually breathe 20,000 times of average, 15 to 18 times a minute. So inhaling into this hand on the belly, and then exhale, we can gently open the mouth and just go, like a sigh. We don't purse up the lips. We don't blow it out, because that forces the expelling of that airflow. Too difficult, too fast, too harsh, which creates another constriction. So our goal is to keep breathing simple, because it really is simple. We have not been taught the basics of how it's so simple. In this, hand on chest, hand on belly, inhale into a relaxed belly, open the mouth and just let go. Inhale in, push the belly gently out, exhale out, the belly goes in. We're guiding the in-breath with our hand on our belly. Inhale in, the belly gently comes out. It's as if we're breathing into the hand on our belly. Exhale out, we gently guide the breath back in. Now, if this seems uncomfortable to you and challenging, which it does for many people, is because when we as children converted from belly breathers around age 3, 4, and 5, many of us have gotten into the new habit of attempting to hold the breath and breathe from the upper chest. Because those same doctors, when we make our first visits with our doctors, doctors tell us, take a deep breath. They put the stethoscope on the upper back.
Yes.
And what do little children do? They all,
Yeah.
and the doctors never tell them that's not a deep breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead, breathe from your belly. When you would think that they would put the stethoscope near the lower portion of the back, right? But they don't. And so, you know, we are trained. We continue to have our tantrums. When we have our tantrums as children, breathing up a chest. We look at all these scary movies as little children. We're sitting holding our breath, right? Okay. So many ways.
And trauma.
As we start going into adolescence, what have you, the young girls are told, hey, you want to look voluptuous, you want to pull in your belly, you know, you want to look tight here, look big up there. And the brothers are told the same thing. You want to buff up looking, you know, hold that belly and be tight. Now, how you going to breathe with a tight belly holding it there, right? Okay?
Right.
So, so much of the socialization, so much of the trauma and drama of our lives where we're walking around holding our breath. People live around violence a lot, holding their breath. People living around people who abuse them verbally and physically and mentally, holding our breath. And I ended up, that's what I learned later on in life. That the big part of the depression I had was that actually I was being abused as a child, and I had stuffed it into my subconscious mind, too painful for me to handle. And so I was walking around holding my breath quite a bit. And so we have to relearn how to breathe. We have to get back to the belly breath. The way I suggest people get back to is that they simply learn the understanding of the importance of a belly breath. They can lay back in a chair, they can put a book on their belly or a pillow on their belly and practice just letting their belly be soft and flexible like I'm doing, right? And the more you practice, you come back to the natural belly breath that you had as a child.
Yes. Okay, so I'm trying to, as I said, part 2. But Heather stated that's why I think a lot of long haulers have some sort of trauma in their past. To be honest, we all do. As a human being. But some folks don't even realize that it's a trauma.
No, they don't. Heather, when COVID came out, everyone was calling me, well, how do we breathe through this? How do we handle all the stress and trauma? And because I had to tell her I'm not a COVID specialist, but I had to start studying COVID so that I could answer a lot of people's questions. And what I had studied with the lung health led me to understand that a lot of the folks who were getting COVID at the pandemic, height of the pandemic, they had a lot of weight up in their upper chest. That means there was weight all in between their intercostal muscles. Okay. People were obese. Okay. People didn't know how to breathe anyway. Okay, like I said, 9 out of 10 people scientifically has been established. You know, most people were not taught how to breathe efficiently, so they were already straining to breathe. Okay, then of course we were immediately put into hospital areas where the stress and the trauma of not knowing what in the world is going on and how to get through this, that meant that a lot of people were holding their breath anyway. And so we had to encourage people in these experientials on the radio and on TV and all over Zoom to encourage people how to relearn how to breathe as quickly as we could teach people, right? So that they could breathe from the lower portion where at least you get your most efficient breath.
because I can say and validate, because when I finally took your class, this is before I got COVID. I was having allergies and that kind of problem, breathing problems because of that. But after I took that, I had something took place in the midst of the class where I don't know what to call it, but I would just say I was free and trauma came out. I think that's what took place, and these people were around me, and I was light. I felt light and relief, Heather. And I couldn't even walk up an incline. But yet the parking lot had a huge incline, and I was carrying some equipment of yours, and I ain't had no problem after that.
Oh, wow.
You know, I think it was next to the last session. But I broke through, guys, and then it paid off when I was in ICU. So Heather mentioned something. She said, I already feel calmer after just a few belly breaths.
Yes,
now,
it doesn't take much, Heather. It really doesn't. And to the whole audience, we have checked people's breathing, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people on radio, TV, and print.
Yes.
We've been at health fairs.
Yes,
long lines, me and Rachel, where people are there, and we do a breath adjustment.
Yes.
We named it.
Yes.
Where we was adjusting people's breath from a what we call a tight, restricted, shallow breath up here to the deep breath on the belly. And we have heard that over and over again. Wow, just a few of these breaths, I feel lighter. I feel more relaxed. Because the body is more relaxed when you're doing the body. When you're managing the body based on the its actual structure and anatomy, compared to altering the anatomy of the body. So we often ask people, do you find your neck and shoulders hurt a lot? Yes. You're all 20,000 times a day. You're pushing your head back and lifting up your shoulders and lifting up the arms and, you know, all these calisthenics of the upper part of the body.
I got some comments in here. Heather said this is so key to get us out of the inflation. And then Teresa said, I had double pneumonia. My breathing was awful. Singing helped with my breathing. And you're right. Because I tried.
We teach the many ways to breathe. Breath is not just only in and out, right? We breathe through singing. We breathe through humming. We breathe through chanting. We breathe through laughter.
We do.
There's the liquid breath in our water and other fluids. We breathe through the skin. So we gotta learn how to make certain that the skin is open without some of the various ways in which we pad all up the pores of the skin so they don't breathe, right? We breathe through our clothing.
They want to know. Heather again says, I would love to learn how to properly breathe through singing. Now that's another.
So the same breath that is the diaphragmatic belly breath is the breath that our singers are taught, and our speakers and our athletes are taught. And we have to remind them that when they leave those spaces, that they need to use that same diaphragmatic belly breath technique. Inhale, the belly comes out. Exhale, the belly comes in. The breath actually comes up to the upper chest, and then it goes back down to the lower portion where the lungs are their widest. So where in a wide lung we can get 9 to 10 pints of oxygen,
rotating.
But in a constricted lung, all scrunched in, all up here, we're blessed if we get to utilize 1 pint of oxygen. So we're stretching that one pipe
So,
in all of these centers.
you
The
just
brain,
answered my
the
question.
heart, the lungs, and that's why a lot of people who have bad knees, and they talk about my knees hurt, because the body knows how to
It's
distribute
not getting
the
the oxygen
in
throughout
the
the
places
body.
that we need it the most. It prioritizes where the oxygen flows.
Teresa said, you're absolutely right. Now, Teresa, listen, this would just
Okay.
hit my head. There's a musician that plays the flute. I I was mesmerized, and if I can find that video, I videotaped this thing, and I looked, since I knew where to look at, I looked at his stomach. He didn't never use his chest, y'all, but he be waiting for you.
Moving,
Yeah, I call it rotate.
Okay.
But he held that note for a long time, waiting for the audience to clap.
Okay.
But they didn't know when he gonna stop. But he kept that breath so long. He looked like anytime now, you know. So I think he was about to run out. But I call it rotating the oxygen from the diaphragm. And
It is a somewhat of a circular toy.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Same
movement
way
of the
we're
oxygen.
holding a note when you're singing.
Right.
Okay. We definitely got to do a part 2. If you don't mind. I gotta raise some more funds, y'all. Send me some big gifts.
You don't have to raise funds. You know,
I pay over a time because it's 7:42.
Rachel,
I don't want to be
you
late.
know, when I speak about the Creator gave me this as a passion.
Yes.
I mean, I watch people
Heather say,
breathing.
yes, please.
And they don't pay me nothing.
Yeah.
I could be at a line at the bank or at the gas station
know
at
how I
the
am.
grocery store, and I'm listening to people breathe, and I've been known to lean over and say, well, I hear you breathing kind of hard. Are you okay? And people will turn around and look at me and say, yes, yeah.
We
well,
really do.
And I hear all the stories, you know. You know, my lungs are tight and restricted. I have bronchitis. I have bad cold. I have flu. I hear all of it. You know.
Here's another comment.
Yeah.
She said, next time I have more time to help get people to wait a minute. Let me put my glasses on.
You can't see.
I'm getting all excited because I just discovered something. Next time I have more time to help let people know when part 2 happens.
Okay.
Yeah. We definitely working on it. God is good because He's sending somebody my way again to fund. So I'm gonna work on that this week. Thanks, right? Because.
Yeah, but you know, if you want me to come back, you know, you and
I need you anyway because it's September. I got to come over your place.
Okay.
You know, but thank you so much for sharing your gift with us. Heather said that, and she does so much more than what that video said or what she said. She's a legend here in this area for sure. I'm going to just say all over the world, for real, because
we've been blessed. We've been able to travel all over the world,
She's
not all over the world yet, but we've been able to travel to about 9 different countries.
Well, I say that's
all over.
Forget you. She ain't took me on one yet.
I would be very humble.
I know you are.
I can't wait to go all over the world. But I have been blessed to be on lots of media shows.
Thank you.
And
If you on the internet, you all over the world.
They told me you all over the world because all you do is on the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the funny thing, y'all, I'm going to talk about you real quick.
Okay.
That she has her own technique. You remember that I got on your case? It's like, when you just get out there, you don't need everybody else to certify you. You have your own technique. Just get out there.
Yeah. But you know, you give
she
credit.
blended it.
No, you gotta give credit where credit is due.
I know.
discovered something at age 19, but had it not been from other people
Yes.
who was giving me that knowledge and
Yes,
sharing and
yes.
teaching and mentoring me. And that's how my techniques
Exactly.
evolved. That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
But I want to share the most important thing maybe I could say.
Yes, do
The
that.
work with breath is a practice.
Yeah.
It's really not
Yeah.
necessarily a technique.
9 minutes.
It's the combination of how you discover within yourself
Yes.
that if you just start playing with your breath, you're going to discover your own techniques that lead you to be able to practice that same pattern, right? Because see, a practice is what you do over and over and over again, right? So, there's no one type of breath. There's no one, it got to be this way, even with a breath technique.
Yes.
So everyone will approach the same breath technique in their own unique way. Okay?
Yes.
So there's no right or no wrong. I always tell people you're alive, right? So
Yeah,
that
that's
means you're
true.
doing something right.
But you know what? When I met you,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the breathing technique I got from Andy.
Andy, right.
We were working together. That's when you found me.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I took it to help people to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I met my sister here, we blended together for everybody to go through her first. Then we applied on the sleep technique
Okay.
to relax your mind.
Yes.
And I guess we'll do that part.
Well,
Part two, you can do it real quick?
You mentioned that people are having difficulty sleeping
Yes.
during this. So,
Insomnia.
a breath technique that I teach in Optimal Life Breathology
Yes.
is I teach the Relearn How to Breathe technique. I teach
That's
about
right, Teresa.
12 different breath techniques in
Yes.
a 18-hour course. It's usually 3 days, right? And the one technique that people love is the technique that helps people sleep. And that technique is simply as you inhale in, you sniff the breath up through your nose. My hair wrap is going to fall off.
That's okay.
You hold the head back, then you open the mouth and go. You let the neck fall onto the chin. You constrict or contract the abdominal belly area.
Yeah.
Push all the stale toxic waste out and inhale again. Let the neck dangle a little bit, taking a little more breath if you cannot rise up with the same breath. A lot of us cannot. Open the mouth again and go. Like a sigh
Release.
as the head is rolling down. Stop, pause, inhale again, belly comes out, bring the breath up. Let the neck pause, stop, taking a little more breath, open the mouth. And we actually call this the rolling breath. Some of us have a greater lung capacity, so we can inhale in, hold the breath. Once the neck and head is at the top, open the mouth, and just release.
Ooh,
And
I
it
bet
can be a continuous roll, okay? And I would tell my seniors at some of the programs where I was teaching this concept, I would tell people, listen, I'm not going to teach this concept while y'all sitting up in your walkers, because I saw some of my seniors literally after they did about 4 or 5 of those, they was leaning over.
Yeah,
and
like I'm about to
we had
go.
catch up on their walkers, right?
I was doing that just then.
Yeah.
I
It
ain't
puts
had
you to
to-
sleep really fast.
Ooh,
the rolling
yeah.
breath. And then that's the little
Good
more
will now.
sophisticated technique. But The
She
basic,
said, I am so relaxed.
Oh, really? So the basic, don't have to think too much about it. Again, it's continue to breathe from the diaphragm, and people also
We got 5
immediately
more minutes.
relax the nervous system. Yes, and you usually go to sleep that way too.
She said, it's surprising at how quickly this works.
Yes.
You be surprised, girlfriend.
Yes,
So,
yes. These are techniques that are proven,
yes, definitely.
evidence-based.
Yes,
right?
yes.
We talking about ancient
Yes.
concepts that have been passed on and up into modern times, right? And we say don't cost you anything.
No.
Always available to you. The breathing always available. You don't
4
have to
minutes.
suit up, go to the gym. All you have to do is practice. Begin to play with your breathing. And what I have done to
4.
help people, to encourage them to practice with me. I have a segment on my website called Breathe Along with Me.
Yes.
And it's several videos of a de-stress breath, a breath to help you go to sleep, relearning how to breathe, understanding the breath.
Excuse me,
and you can access the website 24/7. It's free. People were always calling me and saying, Sister Ayo, can you help me go to
on
sleep?
your website.
Breathe me to sleep. I said, no, I'm going to just do a video and put it on the website. And so, I get most of the hits on my website, I think, from people continue to come
I do
back
a
to the
video
website.
on that link.
Yeah.
What's the website?
The website is positiveenergyworks.com. 1 E that connects positive with energy. POSITIVENERGYWORKS.
Teresa,
Positive energy.
I will put the link here. I do a whole nother video post, but the previous post of this show, it has her website in there.
Yes.
And her YouTube channel, her Instagram.
Yes.
You just pause it and you get to see her different sites.
Yeah.
And
Rachel, can I interject?
Yes.
If you go on Google and look up Ayo Handy-Kendi,
oh yes,
I am very blessed. People are always telling me, girl, you got a whole lot of Google inserts.
She's
your
a
name.
legend.
So, feel free.
She said,
Just go on
Heather
Google.
said, thank you so much. It's
You're
down to,
welcome.
we got 3 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything, a wisdom you would like to share?
I just, my final thought is there's power in the breath.
Mm-hmm.
And with that power in your breathing, when you master the breath, you master life. There's so many aspects as to how our breath has the correlation in our life force. And so the more we're able to have understanding, mastery, and the ability to really utilize that which is within us, you will gain mastery. You change your breath, you change your life, because there's power in the breath.
Yes, y'all. And that's for sure.
Yes.
Because I'm here.
Yes.
And this woman right here, I want to share your age because she don't move like it. She don't look like it. And I want to be just like her when I get around that age. So I'll get in there. And we will reveal. Okay, hold up. No, I want y'all to guess how old she is.
Oh.
Let's see.
Say yes and game.
Yeah, I'm making a game, and it will be done.
Rachel, you love your game.
I do. Give it a number. Let's see who come close.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, well, let's hear what they come up with.
I do not play that game. Teresa says 65.
Oh, nice. No.
Heather, give it a shot. Don't be scared. Go ahead, Heather. Put a number out there. Let's see how close you get compared to Teresa. Heather is Okay. She gonna reveal it.
Yeah, I'm
This is-
73.
She's 73, y'all.
Right. I'm 73 years young.
She said I was gonna say 65, but she said let's do 75.
Yeah.
You made an older.
Yeah, not there yet. But
She ain't
I'm
there yet.
73, yeah.
Okay, well, guys, like always, I'm gonna say at the end of this video, I want to give thanks to our sponsor,
Thank you.
Highlander, for supporting
Yes.
this program, Good News for Arts, Education, and Entertainment, and all those gifts you guys have given this program. I really appreciate it. And the Cash App is posted on my bio with the GoFundMe as well. So I want to continue this for the rest of this year. So I'm still looking for sponsors. And you can write it off, you know, so we'll talk. So I got to get her out of here so she can make her radio show. So we want to say bye, and we'll
Thank
see
you so
you
much
next
for the
week.
opportunity to share, to
Oh.
breathe better, to live better.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we gonna bring her back, y'all. So
Thank you.
thank you guys for participating. I see that it said restricted, but I'm gonna fight it because the owner of the video is right here, and we're gonna close it just like this. So we love y'all. I ain't gonna show my face. I don't want to scare nobody, but I will be going to the ER tomorrow morning, and to take care of this infection. So I'll let y'all know what the deal is. Peace and love to each and every one of y'all.
Blessings.
Love you, Ayo.
Love you, Rachel. My girl.